Alright, I am back on my old wheel again, or old tire. See how this goes. Hopefully it's not all wobbly. And I'm planning on trying to guess about how long 20 minutes has passed by. And what I'm going to do is stop recording and start recording, because I'm having a big issue getting my audio and video to sync up between all three of my cameras. But they all record at least an average of 20 minutes before they reset themselves automatically, so I'm tired of my stuff being out of sync. It's weird. And I guess that tire was just too big for this bike, because it's accelerating a lot better now. I forgot I actually have 4 of these CST tires with kind of worn tread on them, so I have 4 to switch out for a few months as they become bald. And my rear wheel is not wobbling at all. There is a time I'm noticing on this middle monitor. It's not the right time. I can't seem to set it. Like every time I turn the power off, it like resets itself. So I guess when it says 1:57 a.m. is when I will hop off the bike and reset my cameras. Usually overnight my rear battery charges up to like 54.2 or 54.4, and it only got it to 53.9 because it's too cold. Got a stray tendril of hair on my left side, kind of blocking my vision. The hair on my head, I gotta clarify that. I'm just acting all weird. I'm gonna try shifting up. It is Saturday? I want to say it's Saturday, but it might be Sunday. There I go, losing track of time again in days. It's about probably 65, 66 out here. Keep forgetting about that tree limb hanging down over the road. I'm gonna try to head over to Cal State today. Haven't been over there in a couple weeks. See what's going on. Pretty sure I'm not going to make this light. Nope. I should have just slowed down and not wasted the energy. Santa on a Grom. Santa Grom. I think that was a Grom. Something very Grom-ish. That was a pretty skinny Santa though. Maybe it was one of Santa's helpers. Trying to alternate on my motors and get up to speed, and then kind of use the front motor until I slow down and get it back up to speed and rinse and repeat. These nice, recently paved, smooth roads are definitely helping with my attempt to conserve power. These roads be bumpy out here. Fortunately, the stabilization on my camera kind of limits the bump factor as far as people watching the videos are concerned. So you're like watching it going, what's he talking about? That looks so smooth. I think the only thing I have backing me up is the rattling of the accessories on my bike getting picked up in the audio to prove my point that it's bumpy out here. I'm trying to articulate a little bit more and speak a little bit slower because I'm noticing that a lot of what I'm saying is still coming over as mumbled on my audio. And also, in an effort to conserve power, I was trying to avoid most of the steeper hills on the way to Cal State, hence my route. I mean, this is Kendall's a little bit uphill, but it's nothing major. Yes, he's already starting to show down to 3 bars on my rear pack. Usually, like by this time, I'm out at Cal State, up behind the school at the voltage it's reading right now. What luck, a green light. I'm not entirely sure why one of my Xbox friends I was also friends with on Facebook seems to have blocked me on Facebook, but I've still communicated with them on Discord, so I'm not entirely sure what that's all about. So hopefully I can get that resolved. Went ahead and finally finished harvesting one of my other wheels for spokes. Took all the intact spokes out, and now I've got a hub motor and a busted rim sitting there. I really need to go in my garage and get all the motors I don't want and de-spoke them, because the reason why I'm not using them is the wheels are bucked, so there's no point in leaving them in the spokes and the wheels, and maybe just try to sell the motors. Mostly DIY people, a lot of them, they build their own wheels, so they don't actually want you to ship the rim and spokes. And if you ever have to ship a hub motor, the best way to do it is to get obviously a wheel box, but ship it standard post at the post office is the cheapest way to send it. It may take a little longer to get to your customer, but then if you tell them no shipping or free delivery, I'm pretty sure they're not going to mind too much. I shipped a couple different motors I wasn't using that way before. I also made a killing back in the day, selling old Nintendo entertainment system games, NES games. The highest grossing one I sold was a copy of Earthbound, and I had the box for it, and I had like the scratch and sniff stickers. I had like the maps, the instruction manuals, the protector for the game. I think that was that a Nintendo game, or was that a Super Nintendo game? I think that was a Super Nintendo game. Or was it Nintendo? I don't freaking remember. All I know is I made I think I made $750 off of it. I felt kind of bad though, because I think that the battery for the internal memory chip was dead in it. But I followed up with the customer, and they said, "Oh, that's fine." He said he's just happy to have the game, because as long as you leave it plugged into the system, it'll save your progress. And long as you don't lose the power in your house. I ended up selling like Secret of Mana and a bunch of others I can't remember. I think the 750 was from the Earthbound, and like the other ones I made like probably about 500 between them. Sold a bunch of Game Boy games. Hello. Thought the guy was on an e-bike at first, but he's just going downhill. There's a car over here. Nothing's going on over here today. There ain't nobody here but me and that one dude on the bike. Well, I managed to maintain 3 bars on the rear battery pack. Mostly I'm going to try to coast down this part here as much as possible. Okay, I got about 4 minutes. I think I'm going to stop over here and go ahead and do my camera shut off and restart thing, or not shut off, but you know, reset, I guess, way to look at it. That should be enough time. Okay, let's try this thing. Let's see how this works. Alright, hopefully everything shuts off. And it worked. Awesome. No problems with my cameras not wanting to start again. Everything shut off first time. Sweet. My audio and video should be nicely synced up and much easier to edit. Here we go again. So glad I happened to glance down at this monitor and realize there was a timer on it, or a clock. I was thinking I was going to have to like figure out how to mount my cell phone to the handlebars. But as you can see, there's not much real estate left on my handlebars. I mean, maybe I could move over the left monitor a little bit further and squeeze something in there. One of my kits came with a cell phone holder, but it's kind of cheap, and I'm kind of leery about using it. And since I am on EBT and it's a free government phone, the buttons aren't exactly in the normal place. It's so weird, like the power button on it's actually under the volume button. So I'm pretty sure the clamps that come on the phone mount would keep shutting my phone off if I tried to attach it to there. So my rear battery's sitting at 48.8 volts, which I think the camera's picking up. I don't know what. I have to switch over to check the other one. But it's still showing, the left side's still showing full bars at rest, so. what to do, what to say. I don't know. No freaking way. You know, I'd stick rearview mirrors on this thing, but I'm pretty sure I don't have enough handlebar spacing, and my arms would get in the way of the view behind me. I'd really like to be able to see behind me. It's a lot easier than like letting go on my handlebars with my left hand and craning my neck around. A lot safer. You know, I love days like this where it's so nice outside for me, but honestly, I hope it starts raining soon because we need the water. It's still coming out of our California drought. And it'd be nice to see some snow on the mountains. And it'd be really awesome if it actually snowed down here again like it did last year. I should have gone out in the snow. I don't know why I didn't. I was like sitting there staring at it from the house like, hey, it's snow. I haven't seen that since, like, at my foot level. I haven't seen that since I lived in the mountains. But did I go outside? No, I didn't go outside. I don't know why. I could hear kids out there playing in it. They didn't signal until they started turning. I don't much like this church here. That's attached to a school. My buddy went here and he said the nuns at that place were particularly violent and really liked rapping knuckles with rulers back in the day. I mean, pretty sure some church schools aren't like that, but I'm pretty sure a lot of them are. Probably still. Probably in foreign countries where they can get away with it without having to worry about getting caught eventually, because nobody cares. I mean, really, what would you rather do? Be out on a nice day outside and riding around on a bike, or sitting in a fucking church reading out of a book surrounded by a bunch of frightened people afraid of their own shadow? Looking for solace, going to confession, admitting to their many faults and sins and crimes, and thinking they're absolved just because they talked to some dude in a booth. I went to church a couple times when I was a kid, and I did not like it. I felt so uncomfortable. And it wasn't just the corduroy suit that my dad and stepmom stuck me in, and all the static and getting zapped to shit every time I touched anything metal. It just didn't feel right. It felt enclosed, stuffy, and unnecessary. And I'm sure someone may actually watch this far in my video, and you're completely allowed to disagree with me. It's your right. But you know, religion is the cause of wars, it's the cause of death, it's the cause of torture and enslavement, and everything wrong with this world that's supposed to be good. Because the churches are supposed to be good and kind and nice to people, but all they do is fuck people over. Shitter their own little governments, man. With no real oversight. You can't oversee yourself. It's why the police force is as fucked up as it is, because they oversee themselves. They do internal investigations. And 90% of the fucking time, the people in their fucking departments are getting away with all kinds of shit. Ain't life grand. And even with all the accountability and everybody reporting everybody, they're still getting away with shit. I get down in the comment sections on YouTube of people, of channels where they're trying to out the police and show what's really going on, and you get in there and you got all these damn naysayers and shit in there, like calling the people that are trying to point out racism that they're racist. But then you get some of the people on YouTube go a little overboard too, so it's kind of a mixed bag. I don't think anybody really fucking knows what's going on anywhere, at any time, at any place. It's all just guesswork. So this is the way I was supposed to go the other day. Now I'm going that way. See how far I get though, because my batteries are getting worn down. Now back to the police. Now I know there's a lot of good police officers. I've never really had any bad interactions with police officers myself, but I have had family who has, and I've had friends who have, and I've seen shit tons of people on YouTube that have. Even people cooperating with them get the shit kicked out of them. I think I mentioned it before. I think for a police officer to be a police officer, I think they should have to go to school and get a law degree. And not an associate's degree, even like a bachelor's degree. Something credible. I mean, because if you're going to practice the law and enforce the law, you should actually know the law. And so many of them don't. And in that position of power, ignorance shouldn't be an excuse. If it's not an excuse for a private citizen, then it definitely should not be an excuse for law enforcement. And getting away with shit and getting the slap on the wrist punishments, that needs to go away. Qualified immunity needs to go away. They need to be fucking judged just like everybody else. Actually, they should be judged to a higher regard. A higher degree, I mean. And how are you supposed to be an example of doing the right thing if you're always doing the wrong thing? I was going to head west and do a little curvy part of my ride, but the batteries get kind of low. And I'm pretty sure it's not a good idea to keep running them down too freaking low. And I do apologize to any of my subscribers or regular viewers if anything I have said offends you in any way. It's not my intent. It's just my intent to put forth my point of view, which as an American citizen I have every single right to do. Just like you have a right to put forth your point of view. Hence why I don't tend to block or report people in my comments. Unless they say really aggressive shit towards me, and then it becomes an issue. So that was my ride for the day. My little political and religious rant that I need to get off my chest every so often. Mom's out there talking to one of our neighbors. Well, thank you very much for riding along with me. I had fun, and I vented a little bit and I feel a little bit better because of it. Remember to have a wonderful whatever wherever you are. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share, which I forgot to mention in the beginning. Again, one of these days I'll remember my spiel, and until then I'll just keep mentioning it random times throughout my video. Alrighty. Have a wonderful day. See you in my next ride. Bye.